Hello everyone. So let us understand the importance of Task.Run as compared to async and await. So these two concepts are like kind of confusing, where on one hand async or and await means don't block the current thread while waiting. So Task.Run is basically for parallelism, like it will run on another thread. Async and await does not work on another thread. It just doesn't block the current thread. So yeah, so what does that mean? That it makes the UI usable. What will happen is when we use task.run, the corresponding function would move to another thread which is called as a thread pool or the background thread, and the execution of that particular function which is under task.run is done in separate threads, so the UI is still responsive. The main tasks that are being dealt here are related to the heavy CPU work, so that the UI thread stays responsive. Otherwise, what will happen if we don't use task.run or we use thread.sleep? So thread.sleep, what will it do? It will block the UI thread, whereas task.run, it will move uh, the work away so that the dispatcher or the current UI thread keeps on working. Okay, so let us compare it with async await and task.run. Let us do a comparison here. I'll explain it in a little more detail when I come to the practical, but let us understand the theoretical concept. So whenever in interviews it is asked that do the async and await create a new thread, so the answer is complete no. New threads are not created in async and await. This doesn't support multi-threading, but task.run, yes, it creates new thread. So in async and await, yes, the UI thread is completely freed, similar to that what is done in task.run. For input output operations, we do async and await, and for CPU heavy works, we do task.run. The simple thing is async and await will simply free the thread, whereas task.run will move to another thread. So the most important thing is UI threads should never be blocked. Okay, so conclusions will come to a little later. Let us come to our practical. So see friends, what I have done here is I have created a simple WPF application, right? And what I have done, I have created some text blocks, some button, hooked some button click events, and in the CS file I will be demoing the first I would demo like how the dispatcher thread is blocked. So suppose I click here, I'm running the program. Let us see how it works. See what is happening. It is the live counter is running, and as soon as I click on this button click event, so now what is happening? Oh, sorry, it was a little hung up. So let's do it again. Look what is happening here. We are having a live counter. It will keep on running, and as soon as I click on the button for 5 seconds I cannot do anything, because what will happen, the thread.sleep, this will completely block the UI thread. Okay, so for 5 seconds we cannot do any operations on the UI thread. Let's do it. Yeah, so as soon as I click on heavy start work, see this screen, I'm trying to scroll but nothing is happening, but after 5 seconds it becomes responsive. So what is happening? Without task.run, I haven't used any task.run, I haven't used this multi-threading concept here, because of which everything is running on the main thread itself, and we are getting this particular error. I'm sorry, not getting the error, we are getting our UI blocked. Now let us, like, I will comment this code section, and what I will do, I will demo the next thing. Okay, now let us see how. Okay, there's something wrong here. I have to comment the complete section. Okay, good. So let us see what is happening now. Here again we have an alive counter. It will keep on running, but as soon as I click on the button, what is happening, look very carefully. I am encapsulating this task, this particular thing which I didn't do earlier, in Task.Run. Now what will happen, this will move to a separate thread so that our UI is not dead, it is still responsive. Okay, so let us see. See, I start the heavy work. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'll do it again because 5 seconds passed away. See, I started. Look, the UI is not hanging at all, right? Even after 5 seconds, even before 5 seconds, the UI wasn't hanging as well. So this is the importance of Task.Run, that what it will do, it will move the function or the operation to a separate thread so that our UI doesn't hang. Okay, so what here it is doing, in a gist I am telling, this thing is moving to a separate thread. Await means it will wait until this operation is performed and the call is returned back to the main caller. I mean, call is returned to the UI thread, and it will keep on performing its operation. Like, it will keep on running the counter without any hiccups or without freezing the screen, because the heavy CPU bound work was moved to another thread. Thank you. If you have any doubts, please post them on the chat. Thank you.